Good morning, everyone, and warm welcome. This is Ratna Vora, your instructor for two-day webinar on Advanced Excel. In yesterday Excel, like pivot table, chart, page setup, advanced filter, and text function. So I hope so. Everyone has done the practice, and practice make you perfect. Like Excel में mastery चाहिए, आपको उसका practice करना पड़ेगा. It improve your work productivity. Okay. So in today's session, I will cover a data tool, how to insert a drop down list, some mathematical function, even financial function I will share with you, and lookup function like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, how to put in our data. That will I will cover in today's session. Even some statistical function I will share with you, and how to record a macro. If you want some recording work in your Excel sheet, you can do. So I will share with you like how to do recording of data, and some shortcut key I will share with you, and even some tricks and techniques of advanced Excel features I will share with you. Okay, so let's go and fill the journey of advanced Excel. Okay, I'm sharing Microsoft Excel file. All right. So basically in yesterday's session हम लोगों ने कुछ advanced features हम लोगों ने देखे थे. So today I will share with you a text to column. Okay, you have some data. For example, you have some data in one particular column, and you want it in a split in a different column. Okay, over here you can see I had written some name of the student and surname, and you want it in a different columns. Okay, so how you can do it with the some features of Excel. Okay, so first step is you need to select this particular data. Okay, and afterwards you need to go to data ribbon. Okay, data ribbon, there are one option called text to column. You want the text into a different column. Okay, so basically in this particular example, you can see over here I had written student name and surname, and separator between this two like name and surname is space. Okay, and in a second example, I had taken student name with slash. Separator between two words is slash. Okay, so if you want, okay, you to remove that particular separator, and just you want in a different column, so you just need to select entire data. Okay, and go to data ribbon. Data ribbon, there are one option called text to column. Okay, so over here the original data type, there are two options are coming. One is delimited and another is fixed width. Okay, so now I'm just using delimited option and press next. Okay, so they are asking delimited. Okay, so what you have like a separator, like two words in between two words, the separator is space, right? So where they are asking, okay, the separator is semicolon, commas, space, or a other. Okay, so I am using over here a space. Okay, so just space, I had just tick on space. Okay, so they are say like a preview, they are showing us the name and surname, and in between one particular line is just come. Okay, okay, and now press next button. Okay, so just and they are showing us the name and surname will be in a different column, and now just press OK. Okay, finish, just click on finish button. You can see the name, surname, and her like middle name will be in a different columns. Okay, so if you get some data from different software and you want in this kinds of result, you can use this text to column option. Okay, over here I had also taken one more example, and separator between these two words are slash. Okay, so just you just need to do one thing. Just select entire data. Okay, go to data ribbon. Over here one option called text to column. Okay, I'm just using delimited and say next. Okay, so they are asking us separator between two words are, so I am saying I have slash. Okay, so just dash I had done, and just click on next button and click on finish button. You can see the entire data will that particular dash is gone, and our data is splitted into different columns. Okay, so you can use this text to column option. Okay, similarly, I had come up with one more features of advanced Excel, which is called flash fill. Okay, what the flash fill do? Automatically fill in a value and enter the couple of example you want one as a output, and keep the active cell in a columns. Okay, for example, over here I had written student name, middle name, and surname, and I want what flash fill do up many times you want कि यहाँ पे अपने name, middle name and surname लिखा है, and if you want कि you want first name in a one cell, middle name in a another cell, and last name in a another column. Okay, so you can use this flash fill option. So that moment of time, if you want to use this technique, so you can use flash fill option. So just what you need to do, just you need to give one example to a Excel, okay, what the result you want. Okay, so I am right, I had written over here Ratna in a one cell, second middle name in another cell, and last name in a third cell. So whatever the first example you had given, that will do in a flash fill. Okay, so I had written over here Ratna in a one cell, so I'm just selecting the entire range. Okay, and in a data ribbon there are one option called flash fill, so automatically fill the value first example में whatever you had given, that same thing will do in a second cell and third cell, or whatever the range of data you have. Okay, so just I am clicking in a flash fill option, so you can see they had just whatever the first name in our data will fetch in our result column. Okay, similarly you can again select this father's name and click on this flash fill. So it will fetch from our source data, middle name, and even if you want a column in a second place, last name, so you can click on flash fill. Okay, so this way you can do. I'm not meaning it's not meaning that you just have to do like whatever the data is there that you want in a different column. Whatever you will give the example, that will do in a flash fill. For example, over here I had written a student name and surname in a different column. Okay, and I want in a output, like I want like name and surname in my output column. Okay, so I had written over here the entire whatever the I had written Ratna Vora, and I want it in a Ratna Vora in a one cell only. So you just in a first cell you just need to give example to Excel. So I am writing over here Ratna Vora. Okay, so यहाँ पे मैं just you need to select that entire column and click on the flash fill option. Whatever the first example you had given a name and surname in a one cell only. The flash will prompt with that particular action. I hope so. The text to column, what is the use of text to column and what is the use of flash fill? Flash fill is an advanced version of text to column. Text to column, whatever the cell you have the data, that will bifurcate in different columns. And in a flash fill, if you want your data in a different cell, and if you want the data the merge, you can do with the use of flash fill. Okay, move on to our next part. Next is remove duplicate. For example, you have some data, you had fetched some data from Google Form, you had fetched some data from another software in a Excel, and that moment of time the entire data have some duplicate value. Okay, you have some duplicate value and you want unique data. Okay, you just want to remove a duplicate value from this particular data, you can use this remove duplicate option. Okay, so for example, over here, I had taken a order ID, order date, customer name, salesperson name, and what I want, whatever the duplicate value are there, I want to remove from this data. Okay, so you can use this remove duplicate option. Okay, first step is to remove duplicate of any data. You need to select the entire data, whatever your the data is, you just need to select that entire data. Okay, afterwards you need to go to data ribbon, and over here one option called, next to a flash fill, there is one option called remove duplicate. Okay, so just click on remove duplicate option. They are showing us to delete the duplicate value, select the one or a more column that contain the duplicate value. Okay, so over here, whatever the column headings are there, that will display over here. Okay, so I want whatever the duplicate value, I just want to remove. Okay, so I'm just pressing. Okay, I'm just pressing. Okay. प्लीज म्यूट कर, जल्दी से आवाज आ रहा है वो. Okay, yes, so yeah, here you can see the one value is duplicate found, so it's removed and 5 unique value are removed. Okay, so you can this remove duplicate option. Over here again, I had like I have some datas like full name, contact number and email ID, and I want to remove a duplicate. So I don't know here the duplicate value are there or no. So this particular remove duplicate option will help you, will prompt you, okay, there is some duplicate value, that particular duplicate value will remove, and if not, then they will prompt us, okay, there is no duplicate value. Okay, so just we are selecting the entire data. First step is to select entire data, click on the remove duplicate button. Okay, they are asking the columns from which column you want to match the data and doing remove duplicate. So just click on OK. Just saying us no duplicate value found, all value are unique. Okay, so you can do remove duplicate option. Okay, move on to a next part, which is data validation. Very important option, which is called data validation. Okay, so what is data validation? Like in any particular cell, we can write anything. For example, in this particular cell, I can write text, I can write number, I can write date, time, formula, function, anything, any errors, I can write down, right? But what I want to give restriction to a cell. Okay, you want some restriction to a cell, you can use this data validation option. Okay, so over here I had taken some example like whole number, list, date, time and text length. Okay, so for example, what I want in this particular cell a whole number. Over here only a whole number will accept, no date, no time, no text, no text, like formulas, nothing. I just want in this particular cell, they just accept a value, whole number they just accept. So we can set in a data validation option. Okay, if you want to restrict some data in your cell, you can use data validation option. Okay, so just for setting up a data validation option, you need to go to data ribbon. Okay, over here one option called data validation. Okay, so click on this data validation option. uh, Over here you can see the data criteria, so allow any number. Okay, but I don't want any number, I want in a whole number. For example, you are making some receipt of data, and if you want in this particular cell, they are just accepting between 8,000 to 12,000 value only. Okay, so you can use this data validation option. So just select the whole number. Over here they are asking which type of data you have. between, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, whatever the criteria you just want to give, you can select over here. Okay, so I am saying I want between. Okay, so they are asking minimum value what you want. So I am saying I want minimum value to accept 8,000. Okay, and maximum value I can say 12,000. Okay, in this particular cell I just want we can put 8 between 8,000 to 12,000 only value. Okay, so just say okay. Okay, so in this particular cell the data validation option is activated. You can see now I am writing over here 8,000 rupees and press enter. They are accepting. Just wait, यहाँ पे different formatting आ गया है, तो just I'm just clearing out. Okay, so again I'm just putting the data validation option. Go to data ribbon. Over here one option called data validation, and you can select whole number. All right, and between what you want, 8,000 to 12,000 rupees. Okay, and just say okay. All right, in this particular cell data validation is activated. Now I am writing over here 8,000 and press enter. The this particular cell has accepted it. But if I am writing over here less than 8,000, for example 5,000 rupees, and just I am pressing, the error from an Excel, it's come. This value does not match with the data validation restriction defined for this particular cell. Okay, so just they are saying us retry, and I had put a 6,000 rupees. Again they are giving us a prompt option ke data validation option is not matching with your value, so it's not allowable. Okay, so you want whenever this cell is selected, whenever the user are entering some value over here and they are selecting this particular cell, Excel will prompt them some messages, okay, that you want to set up, this features you want to set up. So again go to data validation option. Okay, or there are second tab. Second tab, it's called input message. Okay, so they are giving us key just when the cell is selected, show the input message. So I'm just writing over here message. Okay, and input message, what the input message you want, I'm saying I want minimum value, it's like 8,000, and maximum value I want 12,000. That I just when the cell is selected, show the input message. Okay, and just say okay. Okay, so in this particular cell, the whenever the cell is selected, the Excel will prompt us our message, whatever the message we had given to Excel, that will prompt us. You can see over here the cell is selected, they are just showing a title which is message, and minimum 8,000 and maximum 12,000, so that the user can identify I had to put 8,000 and between 8,000 and 12,000 rupees. Okay, so I'm writing over here 9,000 rupees. So you can see the cell is accepting. But if I'm writing over here 15,000 rupees, okay, so I hope so आप लोग like आप लोगों को समझ में आया how to set up a whole number. Okay, but what I want, whenever the user will put a wrong value, the Excel message is showing us, right? But I want it in a my message. I want a user message to show. So you can go to a data validation option, and there are third tab which is called error alert. Okay, so what the error alert you want? I'm saying wrong. Okay, an error message I want to write your value is wrong. Okay, this message I want to show. Okay, and when the user enter invalid data, show this error alert, and the style is stop. Okay, so I'm just selecting now a stop button and just say okay. So whenever the value will be wrong, it will show us user message. Okay, so I had written wrong and your value is wrong, and I had selected which is stop. So they are just giving us a message, get try retry, you just retry, and I'm again putting a wrong. Again they are asking, but I don't want the stop message, I want information message or something like put in this setup. Okay, So again, go to data validation, and we had selected stock message style, but now I'm selecting just a warning. I just whenever the user will put a wrong value, that moment of time they just give us give them a warning, okay, and allow them to go ahead. Okay, that kinds of style you just want to set up. So you just click okay. If the user has put a wrong value, they are just giving them a error alert, and just they are specifying, okay, just you want to go ahead, so you can say yes, so it will allow them. Okay, or similarly there are a third setting which is called information. Just information, it's just put on, and okay, whenever the wrong value will put, they just give the information and just say okay, I understand this is wrong. That way it will allow them. Okay, so this kinds of setup you can do in data validation option. Okay, similarly for example, you are creating some form, you are creating some any kinds of data entry, and that moment of time you want to like give some criterias, like list you want to drop down list you want to create. So you can with the use of data validation, you can create a drop down list. How to do that? Just select your range of data range where you want to set up your data validation. Okay, go to data ribbon and go to data validation option, and in a setting tab, in a previous example we had set up a whole number. Now I just want a list. Okay, so I want to write Mr. Okay, comma, I want to write Miss, I want to write doctor. Okay, that way I want some titles. Okay, and just say okay. So in this particular cell, in all the cell, the drop down list is created. Whenever you have small data and you want it in a drop down list, you can use. See, in this particular column, there are one option like यहाँ पे drop down list आ गया, you can select it wherever you want. You just click on drop down list, and whatever the title you want to select, you just select. Over here, they will not allow you to write down. Okay, so so that the data entry error will like reduce. Okay, this way you can set up a list. Similarly, for example, you are creating some form, and if you want in this particular cell, they are just accepting between 1st January 2019 to 1st January 2020. This date is only acceptable. Okay, so you can select this particular data, go to data validation, and over here allow just only a data. Okay, so over here they are just data, what type of data you have, between, not between, equal to, greater than, whatever you want you can choose. Over here I am just accepting accepting between. Okay, so I'm writing okay, starting date 1st January 2019. Okay, and ends will be again 1st January 2020. This date in between of 1st January 2019 to 1st April 2020 will be accepted, and just say okay. So over here, if you write down the 1st January 2019, it will accept. Okay, but if you writing down over here some different date, will not accept. Okay, so this kinds of data validation you can put, and similarly like time you can set. Even if you want it in a text length, for example, you are creating some form, and on that you just want to allow a like mobile number of the student, and sometime the data entry will happen. So if you want in this particular range of place, you want in a 10 digit you want. Okay, less than 10 digit will not allow, and more than 10 digit you will not allow. That kinds of thing you want. So you can select the entire data, go to data validation option, and you can select over here a text length. Okay, so I'm writing over here exact equal to, I want 10 character I want. Okay, and just say okay. So over here you can see over here I am writing some number. Okay, so it will be a exact 10 digit, it will allow, but less than 10 digit. Okay, so this is very useful data validation option. Okay, it is very important. Okay, move on to our next part, which is called goal seek. बहुत important है. Basically what the goal seek were. Okay, so basically over here I had taken some example like employee salary, out of taxes deducted, PF is deducted, HRA house and allowance will added, and just net salary. On this I had put some formulas like salary minus tax minus PF plus HRA. Okay, and net salary I want. Okay, but what I want to do a cross multiplication. Okay, I want to find out. Okay, for example, this employee Geeta have 80,000 gross salary is 80,000, and on that the tax value is 10% deductible, 5% PF, and HRA is 3%. And you had used some like formulas, and you had find out in net salary is 70,400. When I want to do a cross multiplication, I want to give them a salary like 80,000. So what will be the gross salary? That I just want to find out. Okay, so with the use of goal seek, you can do cross multiplication. Okay, so for a goal seek, you just need to select the answer. Okay, net salary you just need to select. Okay, and over here you can see in a data ribbon, you can see what if analysis. Okay, and in a what if analysis there are one option called goal seek. Okay, so what they are asking, set value. In which cell you just want to set the value. So I am saying in a net salary. Okay, to value, how much the salary you just want to give. So I am saying I want to give 80,000. Okay, and they are asking by changing cell. So what the original cell like net salary is depend on gross salary, right? So by changing cell, I want to change the gross salary. Okay, and just say okay. So automatically यहाँ पे you can see for giving them a net salary which is called 80,000, what it will done like a cross multiplication they had done 80,000 by changing cell. I want to change this cell and just say okay. Okay, so automatically यहाँ पे आपका आंसर आपको क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन करके मिल जाएगा. Okay, done. Move on to our next part, which is called drop down list. Now in this data validation option, I had given the example of list. Okay, but it is you can see 3, 4, 5 options are there, and you just want to create a drop down list. You can write down in a data validation option, but sometimes you have some data like course name, and you have some 50,000 of course name you have. Okay, so it is not possible to write down in a data validation field. Okay, so you can use this drop down list option with the use of this name box. In a yesterday session I had told you, okay, I will guide you some very important things about name box, how to use name box. Okay, so over here I had just taken a one example, and I had put some value. Okay, any kinds of title in my source data. It will be in a different cell, in a different sheet, or in a different workbook too. Okay, and I had written over here a title, and whatever the title list of title I want, that I will put it over here. Okay, and you want a drop down, you just want to create a drop down list with the use of this name box. Okay, okay, so what you can do, just select your entire data that you have source data that you just need to select. Okay, and in a name box you can give a name to a group of cell. Okay, so over here you can see Mr. Miss Professor I had written. So you just select that particular range of data, and like click on name box, and you can give the name of this particular group of cell. So I'm writing over here a title, TITTLE. Okay, so मैंने title लिखा and just press OK. So whenever you are selecting this particular data, you can see the name of group of data, which is called यहाँ पे name box में you can see title. Okay, now I want to create a drop down list. Okay, but I don't want to write down, I just want to pick up a source data. Okay, so you can just wherever you want a drop down list, you just select it. First step. Second step, go to data ribbon and again go to data validation option, and over here you can select a list. Okay, so in a previous example I had specify you write down whatever the title you just want, but now I'm not specify the name of that particular drop down. I'm just specifying the name box name. Okay, so over here I'm writing equal to tit and title. Okay, whatever the group of cell name I had given, that I will select it and just say okay. Okay, so you can see over here the drop down list is created, and you can click on this and you can whatever the drop down list is, whatever you want to pick up, you can pick up. Okay, so huge data you have, so that moment of time, don't put entire each and every heading into a drop down list. Just you can use source data and destination data. Okay, thank you. Done. Go to a next part, which is called logical function. Very useful function. This is logical. You want to give logic to your data and you want some report, you want some output. Okay, so with the use of logical function, you can give some criteria, and that criteria will match the you will get the output. Okay, so first example over here I had taken, which is if function. Okay, in yesterday's session, again this if function I had explained you in a that result wala example, right? So over here I had taken one example which is called employees name and their sales and their target. Okay, so over here Samir had done sales of 1000 and we had given a target like 5000. Okay, so what I want, okay, for example, the this particular employee had achieved the target. Okay, if the sale is greater than the target, then I want answer like output like achieve. Okay, and if the sales is less than target, I want answer as a not achieve. Okay, so you, with the use of if function, you can find out the answer. Okay, I had written a equal to if bracket open the logical test we want to give. Okay, so I'm specifying ki, sales is greater than equal to sales is greater than equal to target. This is my logical test. Okay, so if the value of true, if the sales is greater than the target, what will be the result? I want achieve. Okay, I want result as a achieve. Okay, so just don't put the achieve word, it will be in a inverted comma. Okay, so inverted comma open, whatever the text you want, you can select it. Okay, so I am writing over here achieve. Okay, and inverted comma close. Okay, so this is my value if true. Okay, I'm pressing comma, value if false. If the sales is not greater than the target, what will be the result? I want not achieve. Okay, so again you can press inverted comma open, not achieve. Okay, inverted comma close. Okay, and we had in a initial stage, if after if we had open a bracket, so this my logical test value and false everything I had put on. So I'm just pressing bracket close and just say okay. So you can see the sales is not greater than the target, the my answer is not achieved. Okay, and you can do drag कर सकते हो, तो just control D drag, so you can see the sales is 6000 and target is 5000. It's achieved, so that's why Excel has given us a output like achieve. Okay, this way you can you can use if function for your entire result. Okay, similarly I had taken over here another example, but I don't want the output as a text. I want output as a number. Okay, so you can do with the use of if function, and you can calculate in between of formulas. You can give some criterias like calculation too. Okay, so I'm just explaining. For example, over here, if the sales are greater than equal to a target, commission will be a 10%. Okay, and if you want the sales is not reaching the target, we would give the commission of 5% on. Okay, so you can use this if with the use of if function, you can find out the answer too. Okay, so just equal to if bracket open, what will be the logic? I want sales is greater than equal to target. Okay, this is my logical test. And afterwards, what do you want? Okay, whenever the target will achieve, I want to give 10%. Okay, and if the target will not achieve, I just want to give 5%. So over here, you can press comma. So value if true, value if true. So what you want to calculate sales multiply by 10%. Okay, if you want text, so you can write down in a inverted comma, and if you want some value, so you can put directly. Okay, so again, this is my value if true, that's why I'm just pressing comma. Second, value if false. Okay, if the sales is not greater than the target, what you want? I want 5% commission. I just want to give 5%. So again, value if false, you can click on sales multiply by 5%. Okay, bracket close and enter. So you can see over here the target is not achieved, sales is less than the target. That's why over here Excel has calculated with the 5%. Okay, I hope so this is clear to all of you. Okay, move on to our next part, which is called end function. What the end function will work? Okay, so in a end function you want logic, but each and every logic will fulfill, then you want true answer, and each and every like any of them are not achieved, you want false answer. Okay, so for example, over here I had taken one example, which is item over here I had written 500 and 800 rupees, different cell में मैंने different value डाला हुआ है. And what I want first cell is greater than equal to 100, and second cell is greater than equal to 100. So I want result as a true. If any one of the condition will not fulfill, I want answer as a false. Okay, you can use in this mark sheet too. Anything, anywhere you can use this function. Okay, so I'm just pressing equal to and bracket open. Okay, what the logic you want to give? I just want to give logic. This value is greater than equal to 100. This is my first logic, comma. What second logic you want? I want second cell true. Second cell is greater than equal to 100. Okay, this is my logic. Both the logic will fulfill. You can give many logic. It's not like that you can give two logic, you can give many logic. Okay, so both the logic will fulfill. I want result as a true. If any one of is not fulfilling, I want result as a false. Okay, bracket close and enter. So over here you can see 500 and 800 both are greater than 100, so that's why result is true. Okay, but you again similar formula I had applied to this this again 525. So both the condition greater than 100 is not there. In second cell there is 25 value, only 25. So it's not greater than 100. So any of the condition will not fulfill. I want answer as a false. Okay, I hope so. End function का use कैसे करना वो आपको clear होगा. And another is or function. Or means you want whatever the logic you are giving, and you want it as a any one of the condition will fulfill, you want a true answer, and anyone only one condition will again fulfill, you want true answer, and नहीं तो false answer. ठीक है, so you can see over here I had given a or function equal to or bracket open. What you want? I want this first value is greater than equal to 100. Okay, and comma, or I want this value is greater than equal to 100. Okay, bracket close and enter. So you can see both the value are greater than 100. So answer is true. Okay. But for example, in this example, 525. So 500 is fulfilled. So answer is true. But you can see over here, both the logic are less than 100. So answer is false. Okay. Done. Move on to our next part. Next is voucher creation, very important. For example, you want to create 150 yeah 200 yeah 500 voucher you just want to create. Okay, so you had create one master voucher. Okay, and if you want you want it in a बहुत सारे pages पे आपको चाहिए, what you will do, copy paste copy paste copy paste and whatever the time आपको चाहिए उसमें आप copy paste करते हो, ठीक है. But you can use a drag function. Okay, for example, I had created one master file of voucher. Okay, and I had given everything, formatting, text size, like color, everything I had given, and I want a voucher in a I want 150 200 vouchers. Okay, so what you just need to do, select the entire table. Okay, entire voucher, and you can use a drag option. Yes, you can use drag option. You can see whatever the data you are selecting, in a right corner bottom side there is one dot. Okay, so if you put your cursor in that particular dot, you will see a plus sign. Okay, just left just you just need to press left key and drag it. How many whatever the number you want, you just can drag it. Okay, so it will copy paste, like automatically the entire data is dragged out, you know? Okay, and very important point is, you had written over here a voucher number. Okay, and if you use this option, this features as a drag, so you can see in second voucher you can see the number is updated. Okay, in a copy paste manner, the number will not update it. Okay, but with the use of drag function, option features, you can see the entire data is dragged and voucher number is automatically uploaded. Okay, next, this is the tips for the day. Next, go to our next part. Next is date and time function. Sometime if you want, you have some date in one particular column, and you want to extract your date, month and year in a different column. Okay, so with the use of some function, date and time function, you can extract your date, month and year from your data. Okay, so for example, over here I had written a different dates. Okay, and I want it as a date in a different column. Okay, so use equal to date function. Okay, date, whatever the date, you just need to select, bracket close and enter. So you can see the entire date, out of entire date, the day is extract. Okay, similarly you want to extract a month, so you can use equal to month function. Okay, select the date, bracket close and enter. So you can see that month is extracting. Okay, and similarly if you want a year to extract, you can use equal to year function. Okay, and select the date, bracket close and enter. You can see the year is extracting. Okay, so sometime you want to extract your like date, month and year in a different column, you can use this function. And sometime you have some data in a date, month and year in a different column, and you just want to merge your data. Okay, so you can use date function too. Okay, equal to date, bracket open, they are asking us a year, so I am just selecting this year, comma, month, so I am saying this month is 5, comma, and day I am selecting this 5, bracket close and enter. You can see the entire different date, month and year in a different column I want in a merge manner, so you can use this date function. Okay, so I hope so how to do this like extraction and merging of the data, different date, you can do it with this function. Okay, move on to our next part. Now For example, you just want to find out some date. Okay, you have some two dates. Okay, project start date and project end date, lecture start date and lecture end date. And you just want to find out, okay, in between how many days are gone. Okay, that you just want to find out. So you can do mathematical function. Okay, so for example, you want to find out number of days. Okay, so you can use mathematics like equal to, okay, project end date minus project start date. Okay, click on start date and press say okay. So in between of this particular date two. Okay, and similarly with the use of formula, you just want to find out. So you can use days 360 formula. Okay, day 360. So you can use want to find out, but you want Saturday Sunday as a off. Okay, you just want to find out Monday to Saturday and Monday to Friday, and how many days are then in between starting project and end project. Okay, so you can use net work days. Okay, with the use of network days you can find out, but just understand the Saturday Sunday will skip. Okay, so equal to net work days. Okay, network day you can select over here. Okay, and just you just need to specify, starting line and end. Okay, so you can see over here network days, and over here you can see start date and end date and bracket close and end date. So you can see in a February, in a April month, there are 4 Saturday, 4 Sunday. So 8 days is extra. Okay, and similarly if you want, okay, in between 1st April to 30th of April, in between some public holidays are there, and you want Saturday Sunday तो आपको काउंट नहीं करना है, प्लस पब्लिक हॉलीडे you just want to extract. Okay, so you can specify the number of public holidays in a network days. Okay, so over here I had taken one example which is called network days. Specify starting date, comma, end date, okay, comma, and you can specify the number of holidays. So over here I had put an over here 7, 15 and 22 is with like Saturday Sunday nahi hai, ye without Saturday Sunday hai. So you just select this 3 days, bracket close and enter. So 22 out of 22, 3 days are holiday, so 19 will be the answer. Okay, so this way you can find out in between of date you want to find out a number of days. Okay, similarly, for example, we had started one lectures on this particular day. Okay, and you know that this particular lecture will complete after 6 months. Okay, so you just want to find out what will be the date of after 6 months. Okay, so you can use e-date function. Okay, e-date function का use कर सकते हो. Just specify the starting date, okay, comma, and number of month. Okay, so I am specifying this particular lecture will carry on for a 6 month. So just write down 6 month, or you can select the 6 month, bracket close and enter. So exact whatever the date is, that will display over here. Okay, exactly date will show us in a e-date. Okay, and if you want for example starting date is 21/5/2020, or you want after 6 months it will be complete, but you want result as a last date of that particular month. Okay, you want result as a last date of that particular month. Over here you can see we had used e-date. On that we had specified the starting date and number of month. So exactly our batch start on 21st of May 2020 and on 21 November 2020. But I want result as a that particular month end date I want. So you can use the function like EO month. Okay, you can use this function like EO month. EO month you can use. Start date, just specify the start date, comma, number of month, whatever the number of month, bracket close and enter. You can see the 31st November will not show. That particular month end date will show us. Okay, so this way you can find out, you can use date and time function. Okay, go to a next part, which is called VLOOKUP. Very, very, very important function it is. Okay, what the VLOOKUP function will do. Okay, over here I had taken one example called name of the student and their percentage. Okay, or I want to find out the grade. Okay, this particular student kitna kaun sa grade aaya, that I just want to find out. Okay, so in a yesterday session I had find out this answer with the use of if function. Okay, today I am just explaining you. Okay, I don't want to use if function. With the use of VLOOKUP, I just want to find out the answer. You can find out the answer with the use of VLOOKUP. Okay, so for example, VLOOKUP, when the VLOOKUP work, when your data is in a vertical format, in a columnar format, that time you need to use VLOOKUP function. Okay, so just I am pressing equal to VLOOKUP. Okay, you can see over here I had put over here, you can see कि मुझे ऐसा requirement है कि 35 से 45 के बीच में कोई student को marks आए तो you want D grade, 45 in between 45 to 55 you want C grade, 55 to 65 you want B grade, 65 to 75 in between you want A grade, and more than 75 you want A plus grade. That result you just want. So whatever for using VLOOKUP, you can use your source data. Okay, so ready your source data in some columns. Okay, and now you want answer over here. Okay, so just press equal to VLOOKUP. Okay, lookup value, what you want to find out. Okay, so I want 48, this Sita got 48% and I want grade. Okay, so I am just selecting over here a 48, lookup value, what you want to find out. So I am find out, I want 48 ka answer. So 48 comma, they are saying table error. Okay, so from where you want to find out your answer. Okay, so I am specifying over here my answer is in this column. Okay, this columnar format I have answer. Okay, so yes, you just need to select this particular column. Okay, and I want it is in a freeze format. Okay, so in yesterday session I had shown you, okay, whenever the range of data you want it in a freeze format, you can use F4. You can see over here the E3 and F7 has dollar sign, which is called freeze. Okay, again comma, column index. Okay, you want answer as a grade. Okay, so A, B, C, you want answer, right? So it's in a which column. Okay, your answer in a which column. Okay, so you can use you can use over here my answer is in a second column, so you can write down over here a second column. So I had written over here a 2 comma, and they are asking if whatever the lookup value is there, that lookup value is exact match or approximate match. Okay, so you can see in this particular data exact 45 is not there. I want in between of result, right? So you can select over here a approximate return. Okay, so approximate bracket close and enter. You can see 48. Okay, right? Yani ki in between 45 to 55 there is C grade. So over here they had given us a result like C grade. Okay. With the use of VLOOKUP, you can find out some vertical lookup value you just want to find out. So you can use with the use of VLOOKUP. Okay. Move on to our next part. Next is HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP. What the HLOOKUP will do? Okay. HLOOKUP means horizontal lookup. Whenever your answer is in a row format, okay, it's in a row format, you can use HLOOKUP. And whenever your answer is in a columnar format, columns, so you can use VLOOKUP. Okay, so in a HLOOKUP, I had taken one example. Okay, which is, for example, serial number, date, student ID, student name, and over here I had put in okay, and over here I had create one source data. What is the fees for BCom? Okay, I don't want to write down. I want from a source data, it will pick up this entire data. I will type. Okay, this is data entry part, and I want whenever I writing over here a BCom, that moment of time automatically fees will automatically come. That I want. Okay, so you with the use of H lookup, you can find out this thing. Okay, so for example, over here I just want to find out a fees of BCom here. Okay, so press equal to, write down H lookup. Okay, what is the lookup value? What you want to find out? I want to find out the BCom money fees. I just want to find out. So I'm clicking on this BCom. Okay, comma. They are asking a table range array, table array. So where is our data? So I am saying my data is in over here. So I have to just select my source data with the our heading. Okay, this whenever I'm dragging this particular formula, so I don't want this source data will drag. Okay, so you need to use F4 for sticking up that particular range. Okay, press comma. They are asking row index. Where is your answer? My answer fees in a second row. Am I right? My answer is in the second row. BCom. So you can see in BCom fees like 25. So 25 is in a second row. So I am just typing over here a 2. Second row mein mera answer hai. Comma. And they are asking us approximate match or a exact match. Okay. So I am saying over here BCom is exactly given over here. Okay. So I am just selecting a exact match. Okay. So you can see our answer will come BCom. BCom price is 25,000. So that particular is fetching over here. Okay. So I hope so. How to find out the price with the use of H lookup you can do. Okay. Move on to our next part, which is called mathematical function. Very useful function. Okay. For example, you have some data in a number. Okay, your data in a number format, and that particular price or that particular number, you just want to round up. You just want to do round up. So with the use of this like a round function, you can round up your value. You can round up some value. For example, over here I had taken, I'm just zoom to selection. Okay, so over here the number is 1.47589. Okay, and I just want in a round of normal rounding I just want to do. Okay, so you can use round function. Okay, the equal to round. They are just saying specify the number. So I am specifying over here 1.47589. Okay, comma. They are asking number of digit. Okay, so I just want a normal rounding. Okay, I just want normal rounding. So you can use a 0 digit. Okay, I don't want in a point, after point I don't want any value. So I'm just pressing a 0 digit, bracket close and enter. You can see the entire decimal is removed, and just I just want a number. Okay, similarly if you want one digit, okay, so you can use a round function. Okay, select the number and you want a one digit, so you can type over here a number of digit like 1, bracket close and enter. You can see the 1.47, 7 is more than 5, so it is a round up in a 5. Okay, 1.5. Okay, similarly if you want 2 digit, so you can use equal to round function. Select your number, how many decimal you want. I want 2 decimal, bracket close and enter. So it will show this. Okay, similarly if you want your data, your amount is in a decimal, and if you want to round up by nearest to 10. If you want to round up nearest by 10, then digit, you just have to specify -1. Okay. If you want nearest by 100, so you can specify in a place to round up which is -2. And if you want nearest to 1000 value, so you can round up with the -3. Okay. So equal to round, bracket open, whatever the number is, comma, what how many decimal you want. I want nearest to a 10, so I am typing -1, bracket close, and enter. So you can see over here, it will be a round up nearest to a 10 digit. You can see 13643, okay, 0.47 है, तो 3 की apart, like 3 की जगह पे हमें 0 करके दिया. Okay, and if you use -2, तो nearest to a 10 digit में वो convert हो सकता है. ठीक है. Similarly, go to a next part which is called round up. Okay, what the round up function will do, it will round up in a upper value only. Okay, it will round up in a upper value only, which is the use of round up. Okay, so for example, I had written over here round up, bracket open. You just select your whatever the number is, comma, and how many decimal you want. I want 0, bracket close and enter. You can see 1.47, इसको upper way में ही इसने round up किया. Okay, similarly you want 1 digit, so you can see over here round up with the 1 digit. So they are showing us a 1 digit, but it will be a more than 1.47, more than 5. That's why they had given us a answer like 1.5. Okay, and similarly, if you want to do go ahead with downward value, always your answer will be in a downward value, so you can use a round down function. Okay, so over here you can see equal to round down. Okay, round down, whatever the number is, how many decimal you want. I want 0, bracket close and enter. You can see in a downward side it will be a workout. And similar method you can use. If you want nearest to a 10 digit, you can use -1. Nearest to 100 digit, you can use -2, and nearer to a 1000 of digit, you can use -3. Okay, move on to our next part, which is called ABS function. Okay, what the ABS function will do, it's called absolute value. Okay, whenever you have some data but it is in a minus figure, negative figure, and you just want to convert into a positive figure. Sometimes it's happened, you just import your data from tally file, tally software, you just importing your data. Yeah, for example, you are importing some data from your different software, and that value is positive, but it will show us in a minus format. Okay, extra minus will come. So if you want it in a positive format, so you can use ABS function, equal to ABS, bracket open, whatever your value is, select that, bracket close and enter. You can see if your value is positive, it written with the positive value, and if your value, I'm just selecting and control D drag. Okay, if your value is in a minus figure, okay, it will show us in a positive. Okay, positive में ये convert हो जाए. ठीक है. On to our next part, which is called sum. Okay, everyone knows what is the use of sum, which means total. Okay, but where we can use the sum function, we can use many ways. I just want to specify one thing. You can use each and every function. You can link your different sheet, you can link your different workbook too. Okay, so for example, you want to find out a total. Okay, and you want to do a horizontal total, so you can use equal to sum function. Over here they had given like यहाँ पे हमारे पास जो range है वो horizontal way में है, तो just वो select करो, bracket close and enter. You can do sum. Okay, if you have your some data in a vertical format and you just want to do sum, so you can use sum function and you can use this vertical line, bracket close and enter. It will show us the answer. Similarly, sometime you want to do some, you want to do totally, okay, but your value is in a different cell. Your value is in a different cell. Then too you can use sum function. How? You can use comma. Okay, you can use comma. Sometime you have some data in a left side columnar format, and sometime you have data in a another range. Okay, so for example, how to do different cell ka total equal to sum, bracket open. You can select the cell, comma, another cell, comma, third cell. You can go ahead with third cell too, equal to sum, bracket open. Select one cell, comma, second cell, comma, equivalent, second cell and third cell, and just say okay. It will give us a result. Okay. Similarly, you have some data in multiple range. For example, you have some data left hand side in a one column and right hand side in another column, and you just want to have some total. आपको total करना. So how to do? You can do equal to sum, bracket open. Select your one range. Okay, range of data, comma, second range of data, bracket close and enter. Okay, so you can use multiple range too for doing any kinds of function and formula. Okay, move on to our next part, which is sum if. Okay, you want to do total, but you want it with the if function. Okay, so you can use sum if function together. Okay, you want some logical test, and that logical test will fulfill. You want to do some total. So you, with the use of sum if function, you can use this option. Okay, for example, I have some data, name of the student, fees, received date, and their fees. Okay, and I have some criteria. I want the total fees of BMS. Okay, over here I have entire data, and over here you can see okay, BMS is in a this particular 1,50,000, and another BMS is like 1 lakh. And what you want in this data, wherever the BMS is, you want to find out the total of that BMS fees. Okay, so with the use of sum if function, you can go ahead with this. For example, you want to do fees, BMS fees total. So equal to, you can use sum if function. Okay, what they are asking, okay, where is the range? Okay, so you want to find out BMS, am I right? Okay, so you can use name of the course. Okay, then comma, then they are asking a criteria. What the criteria you want? I want BMS ka total. Okay, so that BMS you can write down in a inverted comma, BMS. Okay, inverted comma close, comma. They are asking a sum range. किसका टोटल आपको करना है? I am saying this fees का total. Okay, yes, bracket close and enter. You can see BMS over here. You can see 1,50,000, and second BMS is 1 lakh. So 1,50,000 plus 1 lakh, 2,50,000. It will be the answer. Okay. Similarly, you just want to find out in entire data become fees total you want. Wherever the become I had written down that particular, you just want to do total sum karna hai. Okay, so equal to sum if, bracket open, where the range is. So I am specifying over here, comma, criteria. Where is the criteria? What is the criteria? I want to find out the become. So inverted comma open, become, inverted comma close, comma, sum range. Okay, so from where you want to do total. So I am just selecting these things. Okay, from here I want to find out the total, bracket close and enter. You can see become 80 plus 75, 1,50,500. Okay, 1,55,000. That will be show us. Okay, this way you can use sum if function. Okay, move on to our next part, which is called financial function. Okay, financial function. So what is the financial function? Okay, for example, you have taken one loan. Okay, and loan amount is 1 lakh. Okay, with the rate 10%, and with the period of 1 year. Okay, and you just want to find out a PMT payment. You just want to find out, okay, what will be the EMI, what will be the EMI, principal plus interest amount. I just want to know. Okay, I had taken a loan with the 1 lakh, and rate is 10%, and loan period it's like 1 year, and I just want to find out. Okay, I want to complete it this loan in 1 year only with the principal amount and interest amount. Okay, so with the use of PMT function, you can find out the EMI. Okay, so equal to PMT bracket open. Okay, over here they are asking the rate. Okay, so I am specifying a 10%, but this 10%, I just want to find out a 1 month EMI. I just want to find out. So over here 10% is for entire year. Okay, so that's why I'm doing a divide by 12. Okay, comma, and they are asking per, यानी कि like कितने period के लिए आपने लिया है. So I'm specifying over here a one. Okay, but this one, it's called 1 month. I want it is in a 12 month में मुझे complete करना है. That's why मैं multiply by 12 कर रही हूँ, comma, and what is the present value. So I am specifying a 1 lakh. Okay, bracket close and enter. You will see the result. This PMT function will help you to find out a principal amount plus interest. Okay, with the use of PMT function you can find it. So now I want like a result in a different way. I want a breakup of principal value and the interest value. Okay, so with the use of PPMT, you can find out a only principal value, and with the use of IPMT, you can find out the interest value. Okay, so for example, I just want to find out a principal value. So equal to PPMT. Okay, you can use PPMT function. Okay, over here they are asking a rate. Okay, so I'm specifying 10. Okay, but this 10% is of 1 year per annum. That's why divide by 12 I am doing. Okay, comma. They are asking per. This is how many number? Okay, number of installment. This is my first installment, right? So I am just selecting over here a 1. Okay, first, this is my first installment. That's why 1, comma. Now they are asking us like period. So I am specifying over here 1 multiply by 12, because I had taken a loan for a 12 month. That's why multiply by 12, comma. They are asking us a present value. Okay. So I'm just specifying a 1 lakh. I had written over here a 1 lakh in a minus because we have to pay. Okay, that's why I had written over here a minus. If you don't put minus, our value will show you in a red color. Okay, in bracket close and enter. You can see the breakup. Okay, out of 879, your EMI amount is 8791.59. Okay, out of principal amount is 7958.26. Okay, and you want to find out the interest value, so you can use IPMT function, interest payment. Okay, again they are asking a rate, so 10% divide by 12, comma. Okay, they are asking per ये कौन सा installment है. So I'm specifying over here, this is my first installment. Okay, so I'm selecting this, comma. They are asking a period, कितने period के लिए. Okay, so I'm selecting this 1 multiply by 12. Okay, and comma, and they are asking a present value. So I just select a minus 1 lakh. Okay, and bracket close and enter. You can see the interest amount will be a 833.33. Okay, and you can see you can do a normal calculation, which is PPMT, which is principal payment, plus IPMT. You can match the value 8791.59, and our PMT function again show us 8791.59. Okay, so I hope so how to use financial function, PMT, PPMT, IPMT, how to find out, you just clear. Okay, move on to our next part, which is called how to remove a space from a data. Sometimes it's happened, you are importing some data from Microsoft Word. Okay, you just Microsoft Word, so you are just copy data and paste into the Microsoft Excel. In that moment of time, you can see your entire data have so many space. Okay, so you want to remove your more space from a data. Okay, so you can use one function called trim. Okay, trim will set only one space. Okay, and or more than one space will be removed. Okay, so equal to trim, bracket open, select your text, bracket close, and enter. You can see from your data, whatever the more space are there, that will be a remove. Very, very, very important. Otherwise, some students or some person have don't have knowledge, so they are just click on this particular like name, and just they are using a backspace to remove that extra space. But over here in a Microsoft Excel, that you can remove your extra space. Okay, go to a next part, which is called statistical function. Okay, what the statistical function will do? Okay, you want to find out, okay, you want to count some data. Okay, and you just want it, how many number of data are there. Okay, for example, you are fetching some data from Google Sheet, or fetching some data from Google Drive, या Microsoft Word, या different place से आपने data यहाँ पे Excel में आपने import किया हुआ है. You just want to find out number of cell, how many number of cell are there, how many number of data are there, that you just want to find out. Okay, so with the use of count function, you can find out the value. Okay, but just understand one thing, in they can count a date, they can count a time, but they will not count the text. Okay, they will not count the text, and they will not count the error. Okay, so for example, over here I had written 10, 20, and 30. Okay, so this is number, so I'm just using count function, select the entire value, bracket close, and enter. So they are given as there are 3 numbers. Okay, similarly you can drag entire data. Okay, and you can see over here, you can see this is 10, 0, and 3. It's a number, so they are showing us a 3 numbers are there. Okay, you can see over here like date is there. So in a count function, date will count. For example, you have some data and you just want to find out, okay, how many dates we had taken a lecture or something like. So you can use this count. With the use of count, you can find out the number of cells. Okay, so there are 3 cells. But you can see over here in this example, the number is 10, but we had written a text. Okay, and again number. So the Excel has counted just a number, not the text. Okay, with the use of count, the text will not count. Okay, so यहाँ पे हमें our output is 2. Okay, similarly, if you want you want to count date and text both, यानी कि you want number, you want to count a date, you want to count a text, you want to count any kinds of error, but count function will not work for a blank cell. Okay, you can see over here I had taken one example. Over here number is there. So in a counter function, with the use of counter, you can select this entire data, bracket close and enter. They are showing us a 3. Okay, you can see if the value is 0, they are showing us a 3. Okay, you have some date, they are showing us a 3. Okay, 3 cells are there. But over here you can see I had a cell have a 30 value, so you can see the counter function, the result is only a 2. Why? Because blank cell will not count. Okay, but if you want to find out the entire data, but you just want whatever the blank cell are there, so how many blank cell are there, that you just want to find out. With the use of count blank, you can find out a number of cell they are blank. Okay, so equal to count blank you can use. Okay, select the entire range, bracket close and enter. So you can see over here there are 2 blank cell are there. Okay, similarly, for example, I am deleting these things, so they are just showing us a 3. Okay, so I hope so this is clear to all of you. If you want to find out a number of cell, but you just want it as a like a date, time, like everything find out, but text will not count, so you can use count function. If you want text to count but blank will not count, you can use text counter function. And if you want to just find out, you can find out the blanks. Okay, move on to our next part, which is called count if. I want to find I want to count a number of cell, but I just want it as a count if the my condition will fulfill, then it will count the number of cell. So for example, I had taken one example which is called how many students have taken an admission in BMS. Okay, over here I have some data, and you can see over here BCom, BMS, BF, BMS, everything I had written over here, and I just want to find out, okay, in students are there in a BMS or BCom, yeah, BFM, something like. So you can use this count if function. Okay, so equal to count if function. Okay, they are asking a range from here, comma, they are asking a criteria. So what the criteria? I want BMS to find out. So inverted comma open, BMS, inverted comma close, bracket close and enter. So you can see over here BMS are like students are 2 in a BMS subject, students are 2, so output is our 2. Okay, move on to our next part, which is called free span. बहुत important है. Okay, for example, you are doing some data entry. Okay, and if you want for example here you are just typing and you are pressing enter, and you just want it in a 21, and you want to write down the value. Okay, but now you had put in over here so many data. So if you go down, the entire heading is hiding. Okay, you can see I'm going down, so my heading is hidden. Okay, so I'm not able to understand ke where to write मैं कौन सी column में मैं क्या लिखूं. I'm not able to understand. Okay, so what you want heading as a stick. Okay, and the data will go upside. Okay, so you can use this free span option. You can use this free span option. So for a freezing of a cell, free span, you just need to go to view ribbon. Okay, and over here one option called free span. So what you want to do freeze. Okay, so I want first wherever you want, but just so I am just like in my cursor I'm just putting over here. Okay, and go to view ribbon. and over here you can see a freeze pen option. Okay, so freeze over here यहाँ पे they are saying keep a row and column visible while rest worksheet are scrolled. Okay, so just click on this freeze pen option. You can see I'm just going down. Okay, my entire data is going upward side, but my heading is over here only. So I can understand. Okay, I need to write over here ID number, first name, basic name, and everything. Okay, so I hope so. This freeze pen will help you. Okay, and move on to our next part and last day of the session, which is called macro recording. You just want to do record. Sometimes you are working on some data, and every time you want some table. Okay, and sometime you want it in a like a heading, just you just want ready format. Okay, and whenever the data like heading you want, every time you don't need to type each and every heading. You just use this macro. Okay, and you can play this macro. Yani ke first time, yes, you just have to record your macro. Whatever your data is, table is, you just keep it ready. Okay, record it, and whenever you want to play, okay, that time you can play. Okay, so for a recording, for example, just need to go to view ribbon. Over here one option called macro. Okay, you can do recording. What is the use of macro? You can recording of your data. Okay, your sample format you can record it, and whenever you want it you can play. Okay, so over here one option called record macro. Okay, and यहाँ पे like macro name is there. Whatever the name you just want to give, you can give it and just say okay. Okay, what happened over here, our macro recording is on. Okay, have you understand the macro recording is on? You can see in the status toolbar, you can see it okay, our macro recording is on. Okay, now whatever the format you want to just record, you just record it. For example, I just want to write serial number, name of the student. I'm just putting over here a mark sheet. I'm just creating a mark sheet. Subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4. I want total, I want minimum, I want maximum value, whatever you want. Okay, you want this in serial number you want, you just drag it how many serial number you want. But this name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 will like data entry work, right? And I want it total, I just want to find out, so I can put a formula in this recording. Okay, so equal to sum bracket open, select your entire data. Okay, bracket close and enter. Okay, whatever you want. For example, you want to find out the minimum value, so minimum, select your data, bracket close, enter, and you just want to find out the maximum value. Whatever the formula you want, you can give it over here. Okay, and you want to drag this formula, you can press Ctrl D and drag it. Okay, so whatever formatting you just want to give, just select, and you can give over here any kinds of border. Okay, this is my recording is done. Okay, so I just want to stop my recording. Again, go to view ribbon. Over here one option called macro, and you can see stop macro option. Okay, so my entire data is recorded in Microsoft Excel. Okay, and whenever I want it to a play, okay, wherever you want, you can play. Okay, for example, next day I came and I just want to place like whatever the sample format I had ready, that I just want to play it. Just place your cursor, and you just want to play your recording. So click on view ribbon, go to macro. Over here you can see a view macro. Okay, so view macro, what the name you had given, I had given a macro name, and over here you can click on run button. Okay, you can see whatever the recording I had done within a fraction of second, it will play. Okay, so I hope so. I'm ending my session with this part. I hope so आप लोग को समझ में आया कि how to use this all functions. Okay, thank you so much. I'm ending my session and I hope so आप लोग को सबको समझ में आया. Okay, thank you so much.